Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Purpose in the Youth podcast with your favorite bearded man, the one, the only, Bobbbaaaay. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the topic of love yourself before anybody can love you. And over the last 2 years of my life, I've been on this huge self-improvement / figuring out my life journey of literally I have had my head forward, not letting any relationships or anything kind of get in the way of trying to find myself and trying to build up this podcast platform and really just trying to figure out what it is that I want to do for the rest of my life. It was this moment, obviously I've talked about so much in my other content. I'm sure you've already heard the story millions of times, but just graduating college, not knowing what I wanted to do and just trying to find myself. I just had my eyes straight forward, and I have been for the last 2-ish plus years. And, you know, sometimes I beat myself up for doing this, right? Like for not pursuing relationships that I see could be potential, or pursuing women that I think maybe would be a great fit for my life, whatever the case might be. And I've talked about it on numerous other podcasts, but I really think it is super important for us to love ourselves before anybody can love us, right? Like I realized that I needed to find who I was. I needed to find what I really wanted to do with my life, because if I was distracted from loving someone else, from putting time, energy, and money into another relationship, that it was pulling away from me trying to find myself. And that's what it's been for 2-ish plus years of just, unfortunately, not allowing myself to even like really date. Even like, I don't have Tinder, I don't have Bumble, I don't even let myself get to the temptation of having that at arm's reach, because I'm too scared that I'm going to be distracted from what I want to do, which is create content, which is have an impact on people, which is do dope ass shit, which is connect with passionate people, which is what I'm doing now. Like I'm seeing the formula in front of me happen and it's working, and I still just don't allow myself to actually get the temptation of wanting to date or wanting to even go on or to try a relationship out, because I'm scared of the fact that I can only control. There's certain things that I can control in my life, the amount of time I work, the relationships that I'm building within the business aspect of it. I can only control that, but I can't control the way someone else feels about me. And so I just wanted to make some type of formal vlog podcast, because I think there's a lot of people, especially in their 20s, maybe in their late teens right now, that might have that same mindset of like, am I not good enough? Why don't I have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or whatever you're into? Like, why isn't that a thing? And it really, I wouldn't necessarily worry about it so much. I would more focus on, are you really happy with what you're doing with your life? Do you wake up every day with a sense of purpose? Are you completely happy with everything that's going on in your life? Because if you're not, we kind of have to look at this as like a great period to try things. We don't have necessarily a lot of things holding us down. And this is the time we have to roll the dice. We have to go for the things that we've always wanted to do. We have to take the risks. We have to put ourselves out there. We have to go against the grain and try to become somebody that either we don't think we could possibly become. People tell us it's not possible. Like, we actually have to do these things. And as hard as it might be, you might see other people getting into relationships, or you might kind of compare yourself like, well, they're in a relationship, I'm not. I haven't had a girlfriend or boyfriend in so long, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I just think it's super important for people to really find love in themselves. Like, self-love is really, really important. Like, are you happy by yourself as a human being? Because if you're relying on somebody else to bring you happiness, that's really a big issue, because that person could leave you, and then what happens when they leave you? You're no longer happy, and then you could be depressed, you could be sad, you don't have a direction with your life. Like, it's very easy to spend time, energy, and money on a relationship, which is great. Like, they're great for people. I'm not knocking it. Like, if you're in a great relationship with somebody, please keep going. Like, I'm happy for you. But if you're somebody like myself who at a time really didn't have everything figured out and was trying to figure it out, the last thing we need is a distraction, which could be an unhealthy relationship, which is pulling time, energy, and money away from what we're trying to do, and it just screws us all up. For literally that 2.5 years, there are definitely times, I'm not going to lie, where I've felt not lonely, like I didn't have friends or family or people supporting me, but like, damn, wouldn't it be nice to have like that intimacy or that relationship with a woman that had the same energy as me, or, you know, was pursuing something similar? Like, there are for sure those moments where I'm like, damn, that'd be so dope. And it would be dope, right? In the picture perfect world, it'd be great to have a content shorty next to me. No beard though, that'd be weird. It'd be dope to have someone next to me that is super passionate with similar interests, and we could just vibe off each other, and the energy would be great, and it would just be super dope. But that time hasn't come yet, right? Like, I'm a big believer of timing, and I think sometimes the world kind of puts people into your life at the right time and then maybe pulls them out at the right time as well. And I'm okay with that. I really have learned to just, as weird as it might sound, like just fall in love with myself. Fall in love with my own progress, my own dreams, and trying to calculate and do anything and everything I can do to get to these places, to do the things that I dream about. And I'm seeing it happen before my eyes. And that's what I'm realizing, like, this, there is something to be said about loving yourself, finding work that you love, surrounding yourself with people that you love, and knowing that relationship will come in with time. You're not going to die because you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend to text every day. You're not going to die because there isn't somebody to come home to every day. You're going to be just fine. As long as you're healthy, you have some good friendships, you're going to be fine. But there are too many times that I'm seeing from afar, people get into these long-term relationships, that ends, and then they didn't really spend the time to find the love in themselves. And so it's like that partner left them, and they are just completely thrown off guard, and they don't even know what to do with their life. So I just wanted to say that I think it is super important. Find love in yourself, like really find love in yourself, physically, mentally, everything. Like, look at yourself in the mirror, and can you honestly say you are happy alone? It's weird to say, but it's true. Like, are you happy with who you are, with what you're doing in your life, the work, whether you're in school, projects you're working on, the friendships that you have? Like, are you happy as an individual? Because if you're happy as an individual, everything else around you will kind of fall into place. That's what I believe, at least, right? I know that I'm setting myself up to be the happiest person, to love what he does, to be around super passionate people. And that little cherry on top, the relationship, will come with time. But if I spend any time and energy getting distracted from my goals and from what I'm trying to build, it could pull away from when the time is right for that. So take it for what it is. You know, Bobbbaaaay doesn't have all the answers, but know that I am somebody that is going through that process, and that there's probably somebody out there listening or watching that maybe is going through a similar struggle. I don't even want to call it a struggle, but a similar game in their mind of like, I don't have a relationship. I don't have somebody to lean on. It's okay. It's totally okay. Don't think you're any less of a person. There's somebody out there. The timing just hasn't worked out just yet, but it will happen. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. I think that is super important. Love everything about yourself. Like I said, physically, mentally, the work you do, and with time, you will find the right person. Love yourself before anyone else does. Love yourself before anyone else does. If you can do that, I'm willing to bet that almost everything else in your life will fall into place. Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite bearded man, the one, the only Bobbbaaaay. If you got any topics, questions you got for me, send them through. Screenshot this, post it to your Instagram story, tagging Purpose in the Youth. Share out the word about the bearded man, your favorite bearded man. And we'll catch you guys next time with more topics on the way. Have a good one.
See ya!